My mom has been wanting to start a t-shirt business for quite some time. The thing that's holding her back from starting this business is that she actually doesn't have any graphic design skills, and part of it is that she doesn't believe that she has what it takes to create her own unique designs. And so in this video, I'm inspiring my mom and anyone else who thinks that way, who thinks that, hey, I don't have the skills needed to start this business. It's going to cost me too much money to hire a graphic designer. I want to let you know that it's not going to cost you too much money, and you can actually get started for free. We are going to be using a free version of Kittl to create designs that can then be sublimated onto t-shirts. This video is actually a full walkthrough. Not only am I going to be walking you through how to create the design, but I'm actually also going to show you how to print and sublimate your first shirt. Now, I am no pro, and that is the good thing about this video, is that I'm not a pro and you're not going to be a pro when you first start out either. And I want to normalize that it is okay to start off with trial and error. You are going to learn and figure things out as you go along, and that is the beauty about starting a crafting business. Hi, my name is Shanice, and on this channel I get into all things business and marketing. If that is something that you are interested in, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as a part of this family. So as I said in the intro, my mom wants to start this t-shirt business, but she's too scared to hop in and do these designs herself. And so she asked me to do the designs for her, and I'm replying to her with this video, and I'm saying, Mom, you're gonna have to go ahead and create the designs yourself, and I'm making everything easy for you because I'm showing you the full design tutorial of how you can create your first t-shirt design. So I'm gonna insert a clip. We are using Kittl to create these designs, so I'm gonna insert a clip here, and I am using the free version of Kittl to show you guys that you are able to get started for free.
For purposes of my mom's t-shirt business, the emphasis for her shirts is going to be the text. As I said earlier in the intro, she writes these quotes each day, and so these are the quotes that she wants to put on her t-shirts. In order to add the text for purposes of this video, I do want the text to appear on 3 lines. So I'm typing the text in separate segments. So I'm adding 3 different lines of text. To add text in Kittl, all you need to do is click on Add Headline, and that's where you're going to put in your text. And then later on in the video, I'm going to show you how we will go ahead and change the font, change the size of the text to be exactly what we want it to be. So far, the quote is reading, "Faith paves the path to success." So that is the quote that we are going to be working with for this design. And so, of course, once you have the text, you do want to start getting a concept for the design in your mind. So we have a few words here that we could play upon. So we have path, we have success. So those are all words that we can find elements and use to our advantage. And so now that we have the full text, I'm just going to center this because I do want it to be in the center of the page, and also resize the text. So these are the 2 steps that I'm going to be taking next. Here in Kittl, I'm actually just going to type in the size of the font that I want, right where it says the capital T, the lowercase t, that's indicating to you that this is the text. So here I'm just going to resize this to 150. The middle text, I'm going to put that at 120. And then the final, so to success, I'm actually going to put that at 150 as well. So now that our text is in the size that we want, we do have to center them. Each time you move around the text, once you get to the center of the page, you're going to see a line that pops up showing you that it's in the center. So right now I'm just highlighting all the text so I can get everything dead center. That is the goal. Once the text is centered, I am going in now to change the font. So I do want to utilize some of the amazing fonts that Kittl has. I did go ahead and choose these two fonts. So Faith Paves and To Success is going to be in one style of font, and then The Path is going to be in another style of font, just to add some different layers or different context to the design. There's probably a graphic design word for that, but I don't know it. So I'm going to say what I want. So continuing here with the design, as I said earlier, we can focus on a few different words. So in this example, I'm focusing on path and I'm representing that with a road. So I found a simple road element in Kittl. This was one of the elements that I was able to actually use for free. As I said, I am using the free version of Kittl here. Right now, I'm sending this to the back. What this means is that it's going to be in the background and the text is going to be over the road. So you're going to see the text more than you're going to see the road. What I'm also doing here is turning down the opaqueness of the text. So I don't want it to be too bright, so I reduced it to 75. Now I'm just adding some more elements. I think for success, I wanted to have a key. So I'm looking for a key that is free for me to use, being that I am using the free version of Kittl, as I said earlier. These gold keys look really cute. So I'm just going to resize that and drop it right down near success, because faith paves the path to success. That's our quote for today. So as we are finalizing this design, I did feel as though it was missing something. So not only am I resizing and moving things around a bit more, I did feel like I needed to add something extra to the text. And so one feature that I've been really loving in Kittl is the distort feature under transformation. And so after clicking on distort, you can go ahead and actually just pull on your design in different ways, and it's going to move the text around. And so here I'm pulling on the center of To Success as well as the center of Faith Paves, and I'm just distorting the text until it looks good to me. Once we are done just kind of making any final touches, we're going to actually look at a mock-up of this design. But I do want to encourage you to play around with the design until you find something that you like. You can test it in your store, and if it's not selling, you can actually change it once again. This is your store, your design, so feel free to test as many times as you need to. So after clicking on mockup, this is where it takes us. And so we are able to see just an idea of what our t-shirt would look like with the design we created. And so Kittl also allows you to kind of make the mockup how you want it. So put your image in the size that you want it. And then you can actually go ahead and download this mockup so that you can look at it later on. So this is a really cool feature that they offer here in Kittl, and I encourage you to take full advantage of this feature. So we are going back to the editor, and we're going back here so I can show you how to flip your design. For sublimation to work, you do need to have your design flipped horizontally. So once you highlight everything and you right click on it, you just want to click on flip horizontally. Once you click that, it is going to flip the design for you. So that means you're going to print it out like this. And then when you put it on the shirt, it's going to come up the correct way. It's going to flip again once you press it onto the shirt. And I do have the clips showing you how to do that later on. So here I am just, again, have that file as a PNG that I'm going to print. But I do want to point out to you that because we are using the free version of Kittl, you do need to give credit to Kittl for being able to use this design, to use their elements, to use the editor. So don't forget to read the terms and conditions before you go ahead and use this online product, okay? And now we're just going to print the design. So I do have a printer that I converted into a sublimation printer. So I have a Epson 2800 series, so it's the Epson ET, and so this is able to print sublimation designs. All you need to do is put in sublimation ink and purchase sublimation paper. And so I'm just using plain paper for my settings, and I'm printing on the sublimation paper that I bought it from Amazon. And then I do want this to be best quality, so I'm going to switch here to media and quality, making sure that it's at best, and then I'm just going to hit print.
Okay, so now that you've seen the design tutorial, I'm gonna go ahead and insert a few clips of how this is going to look once you have the design. So in the next few clips, you're gonna see that I print the design on sublimation paper and I actually sublimate a sample shirt for you all. So check that out in the next clip.
So this is my Epson printer. As I said, it's the ET2803. And so this is how my design came out. This is the heat press that my mom bought. And so I'm just testing it out so you can have an idea of what this looks like. I did put it to 385 and I'm going to press the design for 35 seconds on a t-shirt that has a really high polyester count. And so after that time, that 35 seconds, this is what it looks like. And so let's see how I did. Yeah, this was pretty fun to do, and I actually love the way it came out. It's super, super, super cute.
So now that you've seen the full video, I hope you feel empowered to start creating your own designs and to open up your very own t-shirt business or any other business model that pops into your mind. This can be mugs, this could be sublimating tumblers, whatever you want to create, you have the power and the tools at your disposal. So that is it for this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you as always to Kittl for sponsoring this video. You guys, there is a link in the description that you can use to check out Kittl, so I encourage you to go ahead and do that. As you saw in this video, I did use the free version of Kittl to create this design, and there are some additional pieces in terms of licensing that you need to pay attention to. So I do empower you to read the terms and conditions as you embark on using this and any other online product, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.